Hi guys, welcome back to another video here on my channel. It's been a tough night and a few days. Obviously still have COVID, so again, if I'm a bit tired or seem a bit out of it, that's why. So thanks to my new subscribers. Thank you again to everyone for the views and sharing your comments. I really appreciate it. I love seeing your opinions down below in the comment section. Sorry I haven't been replying, it's been a bit difficult the last few days, but I really appreciate it. You're keeping the vibes up, you're keeping the views up, and I really appreciate that. So again, it feels like not a lot going on. The first week there was heaps of transfer news, and all of a sudden now it's sort of slowed down on the new links, but everything else is sort of rumbling on in the background with Rafinha and Harrison and Phillips. Sorry if I switch hands a lot, my arms are aching a bit, so there may be adjustments during the video, and I can't be asked editing it out if I'm honest with you. So first of all, Liverpool are in talks with Phillips after giving up on 17-year-old Gavi from Barcelona. City and United are also keeping a closer eye on this. Leeds have slapped a £60 million valuation on top of him. So we knew that they were sort of going in for Leeds, in for Phillips yesterday, Liverpool, but I sort of didn't know if it would happen. And I still don't think it will. I don't know. Doesn't feel like a signing that they should be making. I don't think that's a position they really need. I think they need a midfielder, but unless they're looking at playing him higher up the park, I don't know. I don't know how this fits. But look, let me know what you think. Would you take £60 million for Phillips? Would you keep him for another year? Is he priceless right now to us and to Leeds in the project that's going on? Personally, I think we need to keep him. I don't know how we replace him for £60 million. There's a lot of, it's a lot of money, but I don't know who you bring in that's going to do a job like he does. But in saying that, you probably bring another, 2 or 3 players, and that basically pays for Aronson and Christensen with like 20 million left over in change. So I'm not too sure. I don't think I don't think he's one we need to give up. And I don't think the board should be looking to get rid of him. But £60 million is a lot of money, but I would have thought he might have gone for more like 70, 75. The more I think about it, the more I think he's worth a bit more than that. So let me know in the comment section below what you think Phillips is worth, whether he's even worth selling, whether he's priceless. Yeah, let me know in the comment section below. So Rafinha is staying pretty neutral. He's been commented as saying that his future is in Leeds and Deco's hands. He says he says we all need a vacation. So he's obviously talking about him and his fellow Leeds teammates and the whole club probably. He also said that he's looking toward the World Cup. So interesting that he's come out and said this. He's staying pretty neutral with it. He's not, obviously he's sort of forcing a move, but he's not coming out in the public like Lukaku has and things, and he's not saying anything that's going to piss anyone off because he is contracted till 2024. He could be here for another 1-2 seasons if Leeds really wanted to be like that and just not sell him. I don't think we would. I think we are looking for the best deal possible, but they've got to pay out 2 years worth of player for him. So actually just seen a news thing pop up on my phone. Breaking about Rafinha. It just says if we had have gone down, Rafinha would have gone for about £21 million. Now Leeds want £55 million for him. So interesting there. The news has just come out, just popped up on my phone, just an article. Look, I knew that, and I've said it in a video before, if we go down, the players aren't worth the same. I think everyone knows that. It's not like I'm saying anything that's I've just thought of that and nobody else has thought out, but everyone knew that. But it just shows how important that last day of the season was for us. £21 million would have been an absolute steal for Rafinha if they had got that. It would have been okay money in the bank for us, but not nowhere near what he's worth. So now we've made ourselves an extra, possibly 35 million out of the fact that we stayed up. Not only Premier League money, but also Rafinha money, Phillips money. It just shows Phillips would have gone for about £25 million then if we had have gone down. That's based on the figures that Rafinha's showing. If he's worth 55 million and Phillips is worth 60, that's £5 million difference. And say between 25 and 30 million is what we would have got for Phillips in the end. So, look how much money we've saved ourselves and gained by just playing that one last game of the season and playing well against Brentford. Next up, Diaz is getting interest not only from Newcastle, Leeds and Everton, but also Spanish teams like Sevilla, Real Betis and Valencia. He's been recently valued at £13 million. If I'm honest with you, I don't think Diaz is going to happen. I would have loved Diaz to come in. I would have preferred him over Castellanos, or however you say his name. Just because of the fact that he's championship proven. I think the MLS is a bit of an unknown entity still in the footballing world. I don't know how good the players are and how it translates. You can look at all sorts of silly things like Football Manager and FIFA. I think Football Manager is a bit more accurate with the stats and stuff. I think that's definitely, teams do actually use Football Manager around the world because the stats are based on scouting reports. Sorry. So it's a bit more accurate, but as for FIFA, no way. That's not accurate. I mean, they give them a 75 rating. American players on FIFA seem to do a lot better because obviously it's an American game or Canadian game. I think EA is Canadian. So they're obviously always going to give a higher rating to players from that sort of area and region. So I don't know if I think he's 75 rated on FIFA for all you FIFA players out there. That's like a top championship sort of player, lower Premier League sort of player. So whether you take that with a grain of salt, pinch of salt, whatever to say, but I'm not too sure what sort of player he's going to be. I've had a look at some videos, obviously just the highlights, and usually highlight videos really show how good a player is, but I didn't get a vibe like he stands out in the MLS, but there's something about him that doesn't feel top draw, and I don't know what it is. Just watching him, he does a little tricky things and little flicks and kicks and chip balls over the top. And look, he's a decent finisher, good with his head, good with his feet. I'm not saying that, but some of the ways he gets to goal and some of the assists and stuff, I'm like, you're not getting away with that in the Premier League. Even the way that he holds the ball up and they give him a bit of time in the MLS. So he's not going to get in the Premier League, so he is going to have to acclimatise. I think most players do, but he will have to acclimatise double time. Because I'm not super convinced on him just yet. Looks like he'd be a decent player, just on face value. But, and he's got the name, and he's Argentinian, but, that doesn't mean shit in the football world. He looks like he's got a bit of strength about him. He's relatively quick. He's not super pacey. But a bit like he's a bit like a Cavani. Not super pacey, but has pace, can get in behind, has strength, but he's not a super massive striker. He's sort of a jack of all trades, but a master of none. But a decent finisher, I guess. So let me know what your thoughts on Castellanos, whatever you want to say his name is, but you've obviously probably all watched videos on him. Let me know what your thoughts are. Who would you prefer as a striker? Let me know your comments about who your preferred striker is. It might not even be one that's been mentioned on this channel or other channels, like One Leeds fan channel or JT Live or anything. Like, it could just be any sort of striker that you would like us to get in that's realistic. Obviously, don't say Mbappe because, it's just not going to happen. And on to the next one. Sorry, the Leeds are unlikely to land Garner from Man United. The midfielders had a really good campaign with Nottingham Forest. We're unlikely to sign him. Apparently, Man United have told Leeds and Everton that that they're not selling. Sorry, I'm a bit out of it. Everything's a bit foggy, so I'm going to be probably rambling a little bit. But I want to keep getting videos out and keep the momentum rolling. I don't want to leave you guys in the lurch for a week. So I'm just chugging along. He's not. So Garner's not looking like it's going to happen. It looks like Man United are going to keep hold of him for a bit longer. It is what it is. It's a player that maybe I would have liked to have got him, but again, a bit of an unknown quantity. So unknown entity. So I'm not really that fussed about that one, if I'm honest with you. So Minamino's fee has been set at £15 million by Liverpool. He has been touted to be part of a swap deal with Rafinha. I know some of you guys have said that you wouldn't be happy with a swap deal for Minamino and plus money. Whether that, I'm not too sure what the money would have been, but I'm guessing it would have been like 40 million plus Minamino to equal £55 million. But £15 million probably seems about right for Minamino. He's played at the top level. I know he's not really a starter, but 15 million seems like a decent amount of money. 27 years old. Let me know in the comment section below what you think Minamino's worth, and whether you'd get him at all. And the last one is about Llorente, actually. So Llorente, obviously, a lot of you guys know he's just played for Spain in the 1-1 draw with Portugal. There's sort of a few talks about Llorente and struggling this year and where he goes from here and whether he starts and plays for Leeds. Some people are saying that, or people close to him are saying that it's going to give him a new lease of life, getting that season over and done with and getting off his back, staying up in the Premier League. But also the fact that he's got back in the Spanish squad and played quite decent from the look of it. Good passing percentages. A draw against Portugal is never a bad thing. Would have played on Ronaldo like he did in the Premier League. So look, hopefully he has a decent time with Spain, comes back to us and really starts pushing for spots. We need competition in every spot. I don't want Strike, Cock and Creswell just to stick to that and go get those spots, stick to it, and nobody else gets to look in. I want there to be competition. I want people to be pissed off about not playing. I want them to strive to be better, because that's how Creswell gets better, that's how Cock gets better, that's how Strike gets better. Those guys are all quite young. I think Robin Cock's 25, Llorente is the oldest out of all of them at 28. He's the one that should be a mainstay starter. He should be the one that's the experienced centre back, and we're all talking about him being a fourth choice now. Because I would put Creswell in there at third choice. I think he needs more game time, and I think he needs to be the one that comes in for cup games and in games where you need a centre half to come in for injuries or whatever. Interesting stuff. Hopefully it does give Llorente a new lease of life. I don't mind him. He's an okay player. It's just he started off quite well, but he sort of tailed off. He's a bit can be a bit dodgy on the ball. So that's all there is for transfer news today. It's not really anyone new. I'm trying to search everywhere for it. I'm trying not to go onto those links that are like not really credited, like those rumor websites and stuff. I'm trying not to go onto those. I could go into those places and get random rumors to chuck on here, but it doesn't feel fair to you guys if I'm just throwing out 20 random names a day. It doesn't seem like the sort of right thing to do. I'd rather just keep you updated on what's actually happening based on real news out of the club. So again, thanks to all to my new subscribers. Sorry if I'm a bit out of it, but hopefully I'm feeling a bit better soon. I'll be out of lockdown on Sunday, which will be nice. If you enjoy the content, drop me a subscribe. The next goal, I guess, is 500. I don't know. I jumped from 84 subscribers to 320 or whatever it is so quickly. I kept wanting to make, every time I wanted to make a video and say, let's try to get to 150, I was already there. So, if we get to 500 subscribers before, in the next coming couple of months, maybe, that'd be fantastic. I mean, I don't even know what sort of time frame to put on it. So, if you enjoy the content, drop me a subscribe, help me out, and make it worthwhile me making the content. So, peace.